Hey guys, welcome to another news breakdown here on Sotopop. Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today we've got plenty of news, not too big, a lot more teasers than anything else, but without further ado, let's jump into it. And the first news story doesn't actually come from the blog itself. Did you guys know that it's O's 10th anniversary? And for that, Bandai's going to be celebrating by giving us tons and tons of stuff for us to buy. They announced some CSM stuff. They gave us like an entire list, and within that list, they said, hey, Soto Chronicle O's is coming back in a set soon, or something. They're going to be doing something, and we're not yet sure what all that's going to look like. But yeah, I mean, if the past is anything to go off of, Double got a 10th anniversary set, where he got a limited color version that was like $20 along with his bike. So we might get something similar to that here, though, you know, it's unconfirmed. Also, just give me Aqua. I want Aqua. Anyway, with that said, that's it for the O's stuff. Like I said, more of a teaser, but let's move on into the blog itself. And it they didn't give us too much information, but what we saw is really good. We got our very first look at Fighting Jackal? Yeah, that's right. So this is another shocker that came out of nowhere. So in the very first wave of Saber, we're not only getting Kamen Rider Eden, we're getting Fighting Jackal, and this, I mean, it looks great. Like I said, they were sparse on the details, so let's take a look at what we do know. First up is that the thing is very long, like the scythe is very long. I'm not sure, like the image you're seeing here, that scythe sticker looks a bit curved. I don't know if that's the intent. I don't know if that's like sort of a messed up sticker. I'm not sure, and they didn't really detail that out too much. And then also to hold the staff, she comes with two open hands, the ones you typically get with longer rod weapons, which, take a look at this image, there's a sticker there on the handle, and you're just gonna have to put this hand over it. That's gonna cause some collisions. Just about every single pole-like weapon has had this sort of hand situation. Or hand situation plus a sticker just going through it. I'm not a fan of that. Though I don't quite know how else they could go about it without doing the breaking it up into two halves and sticking it in either end of the hand. So I don't know. This really leaves it up to you where you want to, where you want the hand placement and whatnot. So there's give and take here. I hope it doesn't come out too bad, because if you look at this image, where she's going to be putting her hands is probably going to be... Actually, let's take a look at this image. Yeah, where she's going to be putting her hands isn't necessarily on the surface of the sticker, just near it, and it frightens me. Also, they wanted to note that the hand is molded in black. That's just for the sake of molding. I think Malunas noted it on the podcast that's coming out soon, that this is one of the first times they've noted that the hand color change is due to molding differences. They might have done it in the Lightning Hornet one, I'm not 100% sure, but that had a pretty similar thing happen to it. So yeah, it's gonna have to be black, and that's fine. The rest of the figure looks so good and was completely unexpected, especially... Oh, they also gave us this image, and I wanted to use this image to highlight that. Remember in the set that this figure came in, and it was just a wave of 3 figures. People have been speculating, and we speculated on the podcast coming out on Wednesday, that potentially this figure was supposed to make it into the wave with this Vulcan figure. So yeah, it's definitely possible. We speculated on it in the podcast that's coming out on Wednesday, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But yeah, that's it for this. This is the wave layout so far. Going off of the listings, we know that there are 2 slots left to fill here. So keep that in mind if you're still speculating on what those last two could be. Personally, I think, you know, it has to be some sort of Peter Fantasies to something and all that stuff, you know, the side weapons, but who knows, maybe like two of them can fit into one box and then the other box is like something new, something different. I don't know. I can't wait to see. But anyway, that's it for this figure. This is not all that's in there, but you know. Anyway, now we want to move back in to Kamen Rider Saber. So we got a little bit of follow-up to the 21 special points that they wanted to talk about for Kamen Rider Saber. And last time we left off on 14, so this time we are on 15, and I love this image. If you're on Twitter, I've already changed this to my Twitter profile image. But they wanted to note that like one of their points was, hey, there's a new commercial for us. Cool. I mean, I thought these were going to be Soto changes, but, you know, I mean, it's pretty big. This is the second commercial, or, yeah, this is, they haven't had a commercial in 2 years. So, you know, it's really neat that they're highlighting Soto like this. But yeah, anyway, next up, the next major point are the stands. You can actually, they're kind of different. Obviously, they've made changes to the hand holes because there are ball joints in there now, but also you can stack them, and this is sort of in response to people being like, or I don't know if people have said this or asked this, but they know that space is limited and it's really tough to, like, you know, get your figures all into one collection, so, you know, stack them up, I guess, if you want to do that. There are 4 pegs at the bottom of there. And they note that even though they took this picture of 3 stacked together, you're really only supposed to stack 2 of them together, otherwise you could break something, and they don't want you to do that, but you know me, I'm probably gonna stack all of them at once just for a picture, just to see what happens. At the end of Saber, I'm just gonna have all of them stacked up. I don't even know if my room is tall enough for that. But yeah, anyway, this is really neat. Something they did want to note about these stands, though, is that all of the 01 characters will not be getting these stand upgrades, just because the base of it is supposed to hold the regular pegs instead of the ball joints, so they're gonna have to use the older display base, and that's completely fine. Another thing about the display bases is that you get like extra range of motion at the base of it, I guess. It doesn't really look like it's you know, it has too many more degrees of movement, but I don't know, it's there. I can kind of tell. And they're hoping that you can use it for your very dynamic poses, so that's neat. I like it. And then also they put these little kidney pegs here, so you could, for all the strange collectors who choose to display their figures like this. They said something like that in the blog. And I mean, this is absolutely chaotic, but I kind of love it. And if you're gonna call me bizarre for doing my stuff like this, I'm definitely gonna be displaying my Brave Dragon like this for a time. But yeah, this looks all very neat. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, so that was actually it. We didn't get too many points for Saber, so they said, hey, next week it's gonna be all about Blades and the rest of the 21 different points. And yeah, they basically said if they got through all of the points today or that day, then they would not have enough for the next week. So I get it. You're making content. That's fine. So Blades is going to be all next week, and I hope that finishes out all 21 points. Anyways, guys, that's it for the news this week. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell us in the comments down below which part of the news you're most excited for. Are you excited for the O stuff? Tell me what you think is going to be in the O stuff. Also, there is a podcast episode coming out on Wednesday where we talk all about this as well in way more depth, and I think we even go on to a Forza tangent because of the whole 10th anniversary stuff. So yeah, anyways, that's it. Oh, there are links in the description down below to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, whatever you do, as long as you do it. It absolutely helps. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep it